Hey guys, what is up? We're going to be playing a little bit of House Flipper today. It's going to be a little bit different game from Wreckfest, obviously, or PUBG, or any of that. I haven't done a live stream of PUBG yet. I intend on doing that at some point. When I do, don't expect it to be very good. It's going to be a lot of dying, but I'll play anyways. But this is House Flipper. It's a game that kind of really, I would say, went viral almost. Here on Steam, people just really started to get into the game and they started to play it. I actually have played it quite a bit. We're going to be playing with the new update, which if you haven't seen, it does kind of reference Breaking Bad. This is the Breaking Bad house, in fact, that I've moved my office to. It's going to be a little bit cleaned up. The only thing that I didn't remove was the pizza. I think that's like a key point, so I left it on there. But if you... Sorry, I have to put my controller up. If you walk around the rest of the house, I have removed all the windows that were, or the boards that were surrounding the windows. I did clean up everything in here. I ended up demolishing this wall. I don't know why, I just really didn't like it there. I might open this up or do something more with this. But one of the things I do want to show you is if you didn't go into this room or you haven't been to the Breaking Bad house yet, if you're going to refurb this house or you're going to sell it, go into here, remove the covering that's on this little section right here. So when you walk in, there's a little cover here. Remove it. There's about, I don't know, maybe $100,000 in cash or something like crazy like that, or maybe like $50,000 in cash down here. So make sure you collect that before you just let it go. This is the bathroom that they had in. Looks like we got a couple different fittings here. 2 sinks instead of 1. Bathtub, and then we can do a toilet there. All the windows are, I haven't cleaned anything or done anything. Oh, they also have the teddy bear in here. If you guys don't kind of remember, the teddy bear was, again, one of the things of Breaking Bad where it always seemed to be in the pool. Otherwise, the rest of the house is pretty normal. I have cleaned everything, though. Anyways, I'm not going to furnish this house. I'm not going to do anything with this house yet. I am going to stick with working on some of these houses. You see the ones that I've already kind of done something with. The Pink Kingdom, etc. We sold some of these ones. The last one we did, I believe, was this one. And for some reason, we had a really bad frame rate drop on this house. I don't know if maybe it was one of the colors I used or something that was going on, but since they've done the new update, you can see I'm only pushing 60 frames here, and when we're playing Wreckfest we're pushing 144. When we're playing PUBG we're pushing over 60. So for some reason, whatever they did or whatever they optimized in this game, or the optimization just isn't there. I'm running a pretty good system. It was very recently built. I'm running a 1080 GTI. We shouldn't have frame rates in the 60s, so we should be well above this, even on or especially on a sitting screen here. So if we start to notice a little bit of lag, we'll go ahead and we'll cut the recording there. So these are the houses that we've already sold. This is the one we own here, and I'm almost curious if it's because I'm in this house. Maybe that's dropping my frame rates. If anybody has noticed anything, let me know and we'll go from there. So if we really wanted to, we could do one of these larger houses. This one needs a little bit of work. I do have $205,000. I don't know if the $40,000 should be enough. I've never spent $40,000 on upgrades. Plus, with selling everything, we should be okay. There is the bunker house that we can do. So if we wanted to, we could shoot towards a bunker style house again. We also have the garage and I believe bunker. So if you want, you know what, why don't we go ahead and we do the garage bunker here. I kind of like the way it's already set up. It doesn't really look like we have to change too much. Just kind of go in here. We'll set up some things and go from there. We'll go to the new house. Right, so our frame rates are still shit. I don't know what it is. We'll get out our tool here. We'll remove any trash. That's gonna have to be cleaned up. So it looks like they kind of had this set up as a garage. Clearly, because the house is basically just a garage. But it looks like they kind of had this set up as a garage and the living room. You know, not much of a living room space. Wow, this is like the first time I've been inside a wow, I am extremely impressed with this. I'm almost curious though, is if we can okay, unfortunately there's no easy way about it. We just gotta kinda individually sell all these little things. You know what? If it touched roaches or roaches have been anywhere near it, then I don't want it in here. So we'll go ahead and we'll just take everything out. We'll worry about really kind of cleaning later. You know, just because we're in a bunker doesn't mean that we have to be like in this bunker setting. Like, so I think one thing people forget is that when they're looking at something like this, like, so like the walls and whatnot, people like expect this like bunker-esque type feeling to the property. And I guess we can like leave this area as maybe a living room because people I just see no reason to having the bunker be like 100% bunkery. I get the point. It's there if we need it, but this one is really a house and a bunker. So we'll try and keep a house feel to it. Go in here, delete this. Now I don't believe in a bunker being a bunker unless it's 100. Like, you know, we have steel doors on the outside and the inside. So this is the bunker door outside here, like that. I think I'm pretty comfortable with the outside look. I really like this brick like look to it. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep that. Now we'll just go around and we'll clean up. We'll change these floors. Yeah, we can park a car in here, but I just don't think that we have to have the garage-like floors just because it is a garage. We can switch it up a little bit, put some tile down. You can still park a car on tile. Just might need to clean it a little bit more. Okay, this is the upstairs bathroom. There's also a downstairs bathroom. So this will get a whole new renovation. redo these walls. We're gonna redo the walls on the inside of here because I don't think we can. From what I've seen, there's no like brick type deal here to keep this like cement block look, which I kind of like. Um, Again, I don't believe it's a bunker if you're able to just walk right in. So let me make sure that we do have everything clean. Okay. Clean this off. We'll figure out something to put down here. By the way, if you didn't know, if you hit C, you can crouch. We'll figure out something to put down here. Don't want to waste space. The main thing with bunkers is that if you have space, there's typically something in it. Worry about those roaches in a second. Unfortunately, that's kind of in there. Sorry, I'm clicking way too fucking much. And it's just a weird glitch with the way that it's supposed to look. So we cleaned up in there, cleaned up in there. Awesome. Curious where that goes. I don't think we can't knock this down, unfortunately. You have to kind of go somewhat with what they present to you. I know some people were looking for like an expansion. I think that would be fantastic, but I think that would just make it to where you're not really doing house flipper anymore. It would turn into more of a knock down and build whatever the absolute fuck I want to. And I don't think that's the direction they were going with this game. Clean the windows. I do have the upgraded tools. The first one that you get sucks. So there's lots of people that have been complaining about the first tool and just how it's not efficient. And they're absolutely right. It truly isn't. You have to go extremely slow, and it misses a lot of spots. Alright. I don't think we'll paint. Get rid of that dirty ass toilet. So we can have a sink here. Unscrew these. And I believe we can put in a shower. Yep. Shower, toilet. Let's do walls though first. Let's see what we're gonna think about here for. I don't know why my mouse hasn't been working lately. Here's the panels. I don't think we're gonna do any panels. I think we're gonna stick with tiles. We could do. I really like the way the ceramic tiles brown come out, the 3D tiles. I think those end up actually looking pretty good. And the white ones are kind of cool too. You know what? I think maybe up here we'll do the brown. And then downstairs we'll do the what, that doesn't have the same pattern that I thought I remembered being there. So I have really actually ended up really liking the way these tiles pop up or appear, just a different design of the bathroom. It's not that just flat look to it. So we've been mixing these with typically white or brown floor. Get rid of this real quick. Got another one. So this is the classic brown tile. I'm curious if there's like oh no, we bought the wrong ones again. Here, classic brown. Perfect. Just a little bit of wasted money. It's okay. We got plenty, and I haven't really figured out the scale on how they figure out how much these people are gonna buy. Um, the first couple houses I did, I just did the way that I liked them, and the way I thought they turned out. I thought they turned out fine and fantastic. And then I was getting like a return of like double of what I put into it, so I was making quite a bit more back. And then I tried doing, we're gonna have to get rid of that door frame too, because it's rotted right there. They're not gonna like that. I don't know why, we might just do the downstairs bathroom in the same. I was gonna do like a different design in the downstairs bathroom, but I actually think I'm gonna just save my tiles and use them downstairs. But I was doing things my own design, the way I liked it, the way I preferred it. I was getting double the profit, and then people were saying that you make more money based on what the other people like or what the people who are buying the house say or like. So I thought to myself, I was like, oh, well, I was like, okay, if I, okay, you can't get rid of those. That's what I want to know. I apologize. They were saying that if you do it a certain way, that the people will like it more. So in other words, if you pull up the tab, and I'll show you. If we pull up the tab here, we can go to buyers, and we can read into what they want. And if we target a specific family, that they'll pay higher for it. So I targeted this specific family like twice now. So like this guy hasn't bought anything from us. Alright, well, doesn't say what he likes and what he doesn't like, but I have a feeling this is going to be our buyer. So it's supposed to say what they like and what they don't like. The problem I was having is that I just wasn't. I aimed for what they wanted, and I got literally everything this guy could have possibly wanted in this house, and he had no dislikes about the house, and I only made like maybe a quarter of the profit on it. So that's probably not what I'm going to do this time, just because it didn't work out for me. What kind of feeling do we want to give these floors? I don't even know if we can do these floors. I would hope we can. So we do have the feeling we're gonna have to do floor tile because we do have the car that we intend to park in here. So now the question is just how dumb we want to get with it. Like, do I really want to? is that really the look I want to go for? Or maybe we do this brown. I have a feeling that would look nice on the floors. Well, I like it there as a bathroom. Not sure I would continue that look out here. Yeah, I just don't like that. If it was like you know what, that is what it is. That's the look I think I'm gonna stick with. Now, if you walk this all the way over here, people don't like to do that because it will go through walls sometimes. I've had it happen in one house. Where it went through the wall and then it does look a little ridiculous. So the inside of here we might do something different with. I guess I didn't really consider that when I was laying this down. I just know that we had to have tile. So we might do a different look on it or on the inside here because it doesn't affect the actual look of the outside of the house. So the outside's still going to be the same, kind of classic bunkerish look. We'll go to doors here and we'll get our 2 doors or 3 doors. So for whatever reason, when I did something with the, sorry, the one I need is survival. I did something with one of the with the settings, and now my mouse does not want to scroll, so I can't scroll when I'm in the menu for whatever reason. I like to stick my doors to where the flat side fills out and the inside stays in like this. That's the way I would feel like a door would go on. I notice when other people are playing the game, they want it to open a certain way, but the thing is that it's gonna open whichever way you walk out of it. So it just doesn't really matter to me. Alright, so now we gotta think about what we want to do for the walls. Do we want to do a tile or do we want to stick with like a paint? We can do a paint in here and we can kind of keep it, kind of make it look roomy in a way or housey feel to it. I know the point is to be bunker-esque in a way, but we don't have to go outrageous with like bunker style up here. That's what the bunker down here is for. So up here we can kind of keep it garage slash, let's put our radiator up. So up here we can kind of keep it homey and not really looking bunker-esque. Up here we'll do more of a home style up this way. Can I buy a new garage door? Because that looks shitty. No, I can't. So I can't get rid of that. Yeah. Alright, so we can even do something ridiculous if we wanted to. We can do wall panels. And we can come in here, we can make it brickish, we can make it like a wood feeling on the inside. That would would take longer than painting. And I can like gray out the whole thing if you. I could even black it all out if we really wanted to. Just don't think that's the way to go for me. This coffee with milk color. Yeah, absolutely not. Like the sandy almond. Yeah, I'm just not feeling either of those. I can choose the right fucking thing here. Right, I might do like a sky blue on this side, and then maybe like a gray or dark gray on this side. You know what? I think we might just do it the wall panel way. Ah, fuck it. Let's paint it. We're just gonna paint it. Can you say fuck inside a is that a YouTube video? I guess. Why the fuck not? So the way I was like painting in the beginning there, if you don't have the skill set that allows you to not paint over the same spot, it's not the way I would suggest painting. Um, I do have that skill, or that acquired point, skill point, I would say. You know, I lied to myself. I said I was going to do this wall and this. Alright, well, what am I doing with my life? I said I was going to do this wall and this wall, and all of a sudden I'm doing this wall. Damn it. Yeah, so when I do it, I don't paint over the same spot. It won't waste paint on spots that I'm already painted. So I can do it this way, and you can see it kind of pops it up a little bit quicker for me. Why am I painting that? Okay, whatever. We'll stick with the original plan and so I have upgrades available. Paint 3 walls at the same time. 40% less. Of course, we're going to use less paint. We can go faster, or we can paint 3 walls. I would say go faster. That's painting. We have one available for here. Muscle strain. Professional hammer. I did not do fast hands just because. Why not? Alright, so the 50% more orders thing, or 40%, whatever it was. That's for orders, which if you haven't seen that aspect of the game, we'll go through it later. And, boy, that sure is kind of murky. These maybe weren't the two best colors to blend together. But oh well, we are going with it because we're already here. But the orders things, I will do if anybody feels like watching the orders. They can be interesting, fun. They want you to knock down some walls, paint this, paint that. But the reason I didn't do that is because I did that in the beginning of the game, and I really do feel like in the beginning of the game, the orders thing is like something for you to gain money to start flipping houses. So once you gain enough money to flip your first house, everything after that, if you just go in order, you can just start making so much money that you don't have to do those orders anymore, because each house that you're flipping, you're turning a huge profit on. So it's just like for me, there's no longer a point to the order. If there's like any kind of secrets, like if you do the orders, you know, you get this or that or this or that, then please tell me so I can do the orders. I don't watch enough other YouTubers playing this game to know whether or not there is some kind of secret advantage to finishing the orders, or if they ever do finish. To my knowledge, I thought they just kept going and going. I hope that did not just change the way the outside looked. By total accident. Okay. Okay, well there's that, so... I should have left that alone. Damn it. Well, I'm gonna paint it now, just because, it won't be too big of a deal there on the outside, I don't think. Unless you're really looking, you can't notice. Just leave this the same. Alright, so one really dark and gloomy looking area, and then we have the bright side. So something else a lot of people seem to have a problem with too is is that things don't line up 100%. Like, and if you have OCD, I guess it bugs you. Um, I found that I can mostly get everything to line up the way I want it to go. If here, I'll turn this up because this is really quiet to begin with, and you guys haven't been hearing the music. Um, so I found that if you move around, like, so if I move to the left or move to the right or scoot forward, you can pretty much get everything to fit 100% the way you want it to fit. Okay, let's get a shower. Now, if you haven't been around since the update, they did change the way that the assembly aspect went. So before you just kind of clicked and it would show you what your next step was. With the new assembly method, if you don't memorize where things go, it's going to be something that kind of dings you. Because you really cannot move on to the next step. And I'll show you what I mean here in just a moment. So maybe not on this, but if we assemble something else. So like if I start clicking here or I forget what's next and I click, it'll just show red, and then you'll kind of get stuck here and you won't know what to do next. So you have to remember what comes up next in the order in order to assemble it. I wouldn't say it's more realistic, but in a way it kind of makes it feel, I guess, more realistic. So for a sink, I think we'll just do a if I really want that color in here. Yeah, we'll just do something like that. So we got a shower, toilet. We'll go with a fancier one. Can't forget the toilet paper roll itself. Man, I just feel like that's a really basic bathroom, but you know, that's all you need sometimes, I guess. I think we can sell that off. Let me kind of look down and see how we're doing on time here, because I feel like we've really gone at this for a moment. Alright. What's next? Think about doing something next. Oh, okay. I was hoping we could have put down new ones to do that a little bit better. Shoot, we can buy all kinds of stuff in here. Different colors there. I was going to do a normal bathroom down here, but I feel like they kind of want me to do something else when you look around, but we'll just go with what we were going to do and kind of match it to the top. Like I said, just because it is a bunker, it doesn't have to feel so bunkery. If you guys have ever watched any of like the prepper shows, you can see that there are companies out there that build bunkers, and with the way they're building them more like home, I would say. Like, so it's not going to be like a bunker feel. It is a bunker, but like they try to add like home amenities, and it's because if you're going to be inside underground for long enough, you don't want to continue to stare at, you know, gray walls all day. I guess it leads to depression and all kinds of other things. So their theories is that by making it feel as close to home as possible, or to a homier feeling. Is that a word? Homier? But to make it feel as close to home as possible, they've decided that they will, you know, add certain things, carpet, you know, doing a bathroom in more of tiles instead of just like the basic plastic feel of a bunker. So they make it feel more like home versus not feeling like home. And now why you need a bunker door on a bathroom, I don't know, but we'll get rid of that. So it's like things like that. Like you don't need a bunker door on a bathroom downstairs. I wish I could change that. Now, so down here with this, I might... Any other cobwebs? Cobwebs anywhere? No, no. You know, they don't really have a bedroom, per se. I almost wish I could... I know I can't, but like... You got one steel door down there. I don't feel like I need this other steel door. I almost wish I could knock this down, knock that down, knock this down, and open up this whole area here. I wonder if I can. So let me sell that. Let me sell that. Now let me see if I can. No, well, it was a dream. It was a dream. We can dream sometimes, right? So I think I'm gonna do the floor tiles a little bit differently than I did upstairs. That too brown. Maybe go with huh? Yeah, that looks good. In fact, I think we might just re-gray all this off. I had a little bit lighter. So you can see what I mean by it goes to the wall sometimes. I'm like, we didn't do that earlier and it went through the wall. Alright, again, I don't feel, well, yeah, I guess that doesn't keep us from the outside too well. So I can kind of see why they have that door there. This ceiling just really throws off everything about the bathroom, and I just don't feel like that bathroom looks bathroomy enough. There, that sets it off a little bit different, I guess. We could have done something ridiculous and made it purple. So yeah, there's not really like a designated like storage area for food, so we'll do something in here. There's also not like a designated sleeping area. So maybe we'll put like food along here and along here. When you walk in, we'll do some storage along here, some storage along here, and then we'll turn this area into like maybe like putting a bunk bed down here, or like a bunk bed over here, or we could even do like this being the TV area and this being the bunk area, because we don't want to put a couch here. It might be easier to fit a couch somewhere along here. We'll have to figure something out, but like maybe do a safe somewhere. I guess we have the one steel door. I just don't feel like we need a door right here. Seems pointless. Okay, we'll put one more. We'll put one of the survival doors down here. And we'll face it out. I just feel like so that's what I was talking about. Where it's not like people saying, "Oh, it's not fitting. It's not fitting." You just gotta kind of move around, and when you move around, you can make it fit. Okay, well, yeah, that's that. One thing I realized that we might be able to put down here, power generator. Nope, not that one. I think is holy cow, this thing is huge. Never mind, I suppose. Well, we can put one of these. Hiding down there. Sorry, had to stretch. It's getting dark outside, so conveniently it's getting dark inside of the basement. Which is funny to me because it's a basement. Completely dark in here. I need a light in there for sure for you guys. I can see okay. I can't imagine you guys can, so we'll put a couple of these little guys in there. Now these little guys end up being really bright, probably even brighter than necessary. I'm not sure we'll need more than that, and we'll just leave the two of them. Alright, so we can start putting down some of the necessities. Okay, I was just curious what the show was. So like this part to me doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you put that on before you put that on? Especially when you're sliding it up and over. So to me that's a little confusing. Sink, we can do a, or if we can get away with like something. Gray and light gray look great. I wonder if we can get away with something like this right here. Okay, the guy that we're aiming for didn't like it, so we'll just give him a crappy sink and see how he likes it. Spin that. So now this part is important, or doing the sinks is important, and doing the washers is important, because if you don't do it in the right way, you'll start to leak water. What do you think now, Mr. Whoever you are? No, nothing? Okay, cool story. We'll do a bedside table, because we can. Mr. Survival wants survival stuff, so you know what? Maybe we'll aim a lot more towards giving him his survival style. Oh. I don't know, to me, I guess some people that's how they would want to live, or I guess I could see is if you're survival type person, maybe that's where you think, oh, it's gotta look this way, it's gotta look this way. I just can't see it. So we'll do it the way he wants it. You know, it would be kind of interesting to see if I did it in another way, could I market the house to somebody else other than Survival Dude? Um, that's a good question. I guess the next question would be, well, why are we going to redo the whole house in the tile, or why did I redo the floor? If you look at this tile and this tile, it's the same. One is old and dirty, and the other one's new. Quite literally the same tile. If the game wants you to change things, I think the game is literally 100% purposeful. Yeah, I think there is some like more lean on if you build a house towards the people that want a house for kids, they're probably going to be your buyer. But I feel like the game really does go off of how much money do you put into it. Like, you know, if I'm putting more money into the house, or if I'm putting more items in the house per se, I feel like it gives me more of a reward for outfitting that house. Because I've done some where I've saved all the furniture from the house that was in it before, and it was a house that was, you know, alright. I cleaned everything up, or I had a sink that was a little dirty, but I cleaned it up and it looked better. And almost like that more than I like that. I would really hate to redo all that. But I found that if you do the house and a certain, or you know, you add more to the house, I feel like you get more back. So I don't know what their scale is on how they decide how much you're paid and what you're getting paid for the house. The last house I did exactly like that, where I didn't add anything extra. I just did the house itself, and um, they were very, very stingy on what they wanted to give me price-wise for the house. I think they offered me $20,000 more than everything I had put into it for work and for the actual price of the house itself. Let me finish tiling the rest of this. So I think what we'll probably end up doing is cutting the episode here in a few. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with me tiling this entire downstairs property and me boring you with just like the general aspects of what it's going to be. I think this game is very time consuming. I think it's fun to play when you're like playing by yourself per se. But when I watched it, I would find myself getting bored. I wanted to play it, it made me want to play it when I watched it. Like, oh hey, cool, it'd be fun to do my own house. But I just didn't find it exciting to watch somebody else sit there and tile like this endlessly. So I think I'm gonna cut this short right here. So we'll call it quits on this. I might switch some things up, like the floor or something like that. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I think we're going to be aiming towards this dude up top here, though, with the mask on. It seems to be his type of property, which means we're going to go for a lot of survival stuff. We're going to put a lot of food down here, some gas cans, some things like that. We've already put the generator down here. I guess we'll do like a bunk bed. I don't know what he expects me to do for a kitchen. Maybe we'll give him like a microwave and a countertop to maybe put like a electric burner on, because we can't really give him gas burners, as I would imagine. That just probably wouldn't work out. So we'll decide what we're going to put in here in the next episode when we get around to it. Like I said, for right now, I just really don't feel like boring the crap out of you with me running around doing this all day, putting tiles on things. So we'll let this episode go here. Like I said, we might end up changing the floor a bit to maybe make the walls pop a bit more or something. We'll keep it tile-esque though, because that seems to be the direction this guy wants to go in. Alright, I'll pick it up whenever we get back, and we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.